So, I've been hand watering pretty much my whole life, man. And if I'm
Lame.
being honest, bro, I'm fed up of it, dude. Straight up fed up. And don't get me wrong, hand watering plants is a common and effective way to provide plants with moisture that they need. But like every method, it comes with its own sets of pros and cons. So in today's episode, I'm going to break down for you guys why I'm no longer doing the hand water thing. Because I'm just straight up tired of that shit, man.
No time at the pump.
What? I'm tired. Well, I can't be tired at 1 in the morning?
In so doing, I've also found that there are a lot of reasons why you guys may want to step away from hand watering, maybe a little bit if it is possible in your setup. Now, I want to start off with the benefits straight up because it's only right because I've been doing it such a long time. I've been hand watering pretty much my whole life, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have been too. And for me, by far, the biggest benefit to hand watering, and maybe a lot of people, is that it's got a very low upfront cost. There are no parts to buy, you got no failing components, no pumps, no tubes, no nettings, nothing like that. All you need is a watering can. If you got a bucket, a hose, or a faucet, all that works good too. I got this old 1 liter of distilled water can that I've been using for a long time. I got like 5 of them. With pretty much anything, you're in the game when it comes to watering, especially with that hand watering. Now, if you got tons of plants and lots of different strains growing in there, some plants obviously going to grow different to others. Hand watering gives you a lot of control over the amount of water that each plant receives. And that can be especially beneficial for plants with different water requirements. So if you got one strain that's a really nice indica strain and another one that's a really sativa strain, one may want more water than the other one. And your environmental conditions may also dictate whether one plant wants more water than something else. So control is a big one. That's benefit number 2. Now, hand in hand with control is adjustability, because if you only got one tent and some plants are in flower, maybe you got some autos in flower and some plants are in veg, you got a few plants in veg, then some plants may want more water than others. You can actually tailor your watering schedule to the specific needs of your plants. Whereas with automated systems, that's just a little bit harder to do. Now, benefit number 3, a lot of you guys like this one. And me personally, for me, that's one of the biggest ones out there. The biggest benefit is that you can go into your grow room, hand water your plants, and when you get in there, you notice, oh my gosh, I just seen something on those leaves. And that's observation. When you hand water, you have the opportunity to closely inspect your plants each time you get in there. That enables you to detect and address any issues promptly. I'm talking signs of pests, disease, nutrient deficiencies, powdery mildew, spider mites, aphids, so many problems that are easier to treat when they're noticed early. And all those problems can wipe your shit out. So you get in there early, you notice it, you can prevent that shit. Now, another big benefit is that pH and nutrient control. You know, it can get really frustrating when you gotta be pH up, pH down, pH up, pH down. Now, hand watering really allows you to control the pH of your water and your nutrient solution effectively, and you can just adjust the pH as needed for optimal nutrient absorption. Really simple, guys. So there are clearly a lot of pros when it comes to hand watering. And if there's anything I missed, drop it in the comments down below, because I know a lot of you guys hand water. But shit ain't always gravy, guys, and it can have some drawbacks when it comes to hand watering. And for me, there were just too many. That's why I had to get away from the hand watering and move towards some automated systems. There are actually a lot of drawbacks when it comes to hand watering, shit that you guys probably didn't even think of. But before I get into that, I just want to shout out the iCanFAM supporting on Patreon, man. The VIP Bean Club is popping. We got some new genetics. They just went out to all VIPs, man. Shit, mailboxes burning down everywhere. Guys, if your mailboxes have been burned down, drop it in the comments. I want to see that fire emoji. Burn shit up. Burn it up. Now, I also sent you guys an email about that brand new strain which went out, so definitely check your email if you're not sure what that strain is. But I guarantee you it's that fire. It's some exclusive limited packs. I only got a few. So if you're lucky and you got that email, you're off to the races. And your grow room's about to be lit, fam. Now, speaking of beans and new genetics, guys, Quality Up Seed Starter Kits are popping. The germination booster bangs. I've been using that for a long time, and I get nice, solid white taproots within 24 hours, guys. No cap, guys. No cap at all. So definitely check that shit out. iCanTHC discount code works on everything. And if you're not interested in exclusive packs and fire genetics and you don't want to join the iCan VIP Bean Club, but you do want to support the fam, then definitely cop some of that new merch on the Diesel Dog website. We got some iCanFAM gear on there for all the iCanFAM homies. So definitely cop a t-shirt, a hoodie, support the fam, and show some love, man. And like I always say, iCan is not monetized, so you guys' support, even in the smallest of ways, really help us to make more content, man. Love you guys. Like I said, guys, there are cons when it comes to hand watering. Shit ain't always gravy. And I can hear a lot of you guys in the comments now, oh, Oh man, hand watering is easy, man. What are you talking about, Matt? If you ain't hand watering, you're an idiot. You're not even a real grower. Bro, that case gonna break down real fast when I start to hit you guys with some of the cons and some of the drawbacks to hand watering, especially if you guys are organic growers, bro. And I know you guys like organics, bro. Now, for me, the biggest thing is that it's super friggin' time consuming, dude. If you got a lot of plants, watering plants by hand takes a lot of time. And time has a knack for being the most expensive part of any business. Straight up. Now, it's true, you do need to have people checking in on the plants, but how much time do they actually have to give them the tender love and care that they deserve when they spend most of their time mixing up nutrients, filling bottles, checking and rechecking weighing plants, and trying to get everything dialed in? Honestly, the larger your operation gets, the more plants you have, the less time that you have to nurture your plants all individually. And for me, I've got 3 flower tents and 2 veg closets, so you can only imagine my setup. And I know there are a lot of people with much larger setups than mine and growing much more plants than me. I'm just a small home grower, and I for sure ain't got peas to be paying people to hand water my plants. So not does it only cost you your time, your effort to go and water those plants, but I'm sure you guys have skills that can be put to better use than ferrying water from one plant to another and just watering that shit. There are a lot of ways that you guys can upgrade your grow room and think about things a little bit differently instead of spending time just watering plants all day. Now, speaking of leveling up your grow room, I got a special for you guys. It's going to expire very soon, so check this out. Yo, y'all gotta check out them new Mars Hydro Evo smart lights, fam. Those lights rock. Y'all know we've been running Mars Hydro gear on this channel for the longest while now. And no matter whether you're a beginner grower or a master grower, whatever the hell that means, then for sure, Mars Hydro lights got you covered, fam. 2 of my personal favorites are the FC8000 and the SP3000. These lights rock. And now Mars Hydro's leveled up the game even more with these Evo smart lights, fam. Definitely check them out, guys. And of course, we got you guys covered with that discount code icanthc. Use that and snag a nice little discount on anything. Definitely check out the Mars Hydro official website. Now, for the next 15 days only, you can use the discount code icanthc10 for an even bigger discount. Don't worry, if you're watching this after that 15-day period, you can still use the discount code icanthc at any time. Now, if I were you guys, I'd use that discount code on them new Evo smart lights, fam. These lights got some amazing standout features, such as the Samsung LM301H Evo's high efficiency rating. We're talking 3.14 UMOs per joule for a single diode and 2.85 UMOs per joule for the entire light. Mind-blowing. Plus, they also got that new smart FC4000 Evo bar light made for 2x4 coverage. So if you're like me and you love to use 2x4 tents just because of how versatile and nifty they are, then this light is definitely worth a try. For any 2x4 tent, I'd recommend this or the SP3000. I love my SP3000. And for any 4x4 or 5x5 tent, I'm going to definitely recommend these new Evo smart lights or that FC8000. I've also used the FC6500 and it works great. Now, it doesn't stop there, guys, because Mars Hydro's also got tons of grow tents, carbon filters, and other grow equipment as well. If you're just starting off, you can grab an entire grow kit with everything that you need to get started from seed all the way to harvest, including thermometers, pots, timers, the works. With that Mars Hydro icanthc discount, you guys can get it at a great price too. So level up your grow room and thank me later. You won't regret it. I promise you, fam. Yes, guys. Now, another big drawback when it comes to hand watering is the excessive dryback of soil, especially for organic systems. Now, guys, I know a lot of you guys love growing organics. A lot of people say it just makes your flower taste so much better. With organic soils, it's absolutely 100% the better option to keep your soil evenly moist. Now, this means you got to water your soil more frequently, especially in smaller amounts or smaller containers. By doing so, you keep the beneficial microbes happy and keep the nutrients cycling for the plant. Perfect. Now, when shit dries up too much, it can take about 1 to 2 weeks for that network to recover, and then it muscles up after that. So if you're really into the science of growing and trying to achieve drybacks, I only recommend doing it at least once or twice. For the most part, I try to keep my soil as moist as possible. Not wet, but I do want to keep those microbes really happy. Now, shout out to Flora Farms because he actually came onto the Talking Law podcast and broke it down really well. I like to break things down super simple. So think of it this way. You're a home gardener, you're growing organics, and you got a little pot. And I ain't talking this pot, I'm talking this pot. Perfect. So you got a little pot. For reference, this is a 3-gallon pot. Your root mass is balled up in the middle. Every time the soil dries up, it usually dries up from the outside in. So for the most part, if your soil constantly dries out, the only place that's actually going to have a lot of beneficial microbes and beneficial life in there is a small circle of that root ball. Think of it just like that. Everything leaches out, and what's really up in there is where those beneficial microbes are going to stay because it's almost always moist in there. But everything dries out. As it goes down, it dries out. It's really simple. It makes Makes a lot of sense to me. I hope it makes a lot of sense to you guys too. So for organic systems, you really don't want things to dry out too much. And hand watering really leads to a lot of inconsistent watering. And that's the third biggest con. Human error, guys. Human error can lead to a lot of inconsistencies in watering. Overwatering and underwatering, those two things can occur, potentially stress your plants out or kill them. Straight up death. Now, irrigation systems or automatic drip systems allow the growers to program exact nutrient doses, watering doses, and schedule precise feeding times. That controls exactly how much water each plant gets simultaneously. Blue mats, real buckets, sip buckets, those keep your soil really nice and moist. Some of those drip irrigation systems, you can program how much water you want on a specific time frame. So maybe every 12 hours, maybe every 10 hours, maybe every 24 hours. You really get a lot of flexibility. But inconsistent watering has been one of my biggest complaints when it comes to hand watering, especially if you got those fabric pots and you water over top and everything just leaks out the side. You just get pissed off and you're like, oh my God, do I got to do this right now? It just takes so much time because you got to moisten the top first and then you can let that water sink in nicely. Personally, I'm not a fan of water falling all over my grow room. It really pisses me off. And it really is frustrating spending time wiping up all that water when you could be focusing on other things that really need your attention instead. Now, another big con is that water waste, guys. With hand watering, there's always a risk of water runoff. Some people actually purposefully water to the point of runoff. Now, that can lead to nutrient leaching, and that is inefficient. That's literally nutrients down the drain, cash down the drain. You're wasting your hard-earned dollars. Why'd you even buy nutrients then? Just to let it run out the bottom of the plant and throw it away anyway? And if you let your water sit in that runoff water, a lot of times you can end up with root rot, and that shit can be fatal. One thing that I noticed aside from the time is that as I got older, I just didn't want to go in there and water all the time. It was becoming really labor intensive and putting a physical strain on my muscles. Yeah, I'm a young cat, but I'm also getting older, dude. So when you gotta get into the back of a 4x4 or 5x5 tent and stretch your arm all the way in there to try to get under there and fix that in and water, and it's really friggin' painful, dude, straight up. I'll be getting down in all kind of awkward positions at times to try to get that water in there, and it's just not fun.
Look at this dude.
So frequent hand watering, especially in larger gardens, can be physically demanding and may lead to repetitive stress injuries. And a pro tip for you guys, the bigger the pot, the less you'll have to water. A lot of people just think of it that way, guys. The bigger the pot, the less you'll have to water. When you got smaller pots, I've been flowering plants recently in 3 gallons and 2-gallon pots, and I've been having to water quite often. Eventually, I got some blue mat systems set up, and I don't have to water at all, and they're loving life. And personally, I think that your plants are just a lot happier when they get that water when they need it. Like I said recently on the Talking Loud podcast, since I've switched to the automated systems, I've been noticing my plants are so much happier. They're getting a lot more water when they need it, a lot more nutrients when they need it, and they don't have to rely on my high ass to forget not to do it, because I do that a lot. Sometimes I can just get straight up lazy, man. I'm a lazy grower. And if I can make my life easy in the grow room, that's what it's all about. Like, I know plants been growing for years and years, and I'm just here to facilitate that. I'm not here to reinvent the wheel and try to grow the plant myself from scratch. I'm just here to facilitate it and make sure I can get the best fires possible at the end of it, man. So all that said, hand watering plants provides a lot of control, observation, and adjustability, and that makes it a popular choice for small scale or hobbyist growers like myself, just us home growers. But it can be labor intensive, less precise, and inefficient as you get more plants and more tents set up. And recently I did a video on having a perpetual setup. So if you got multiple tents and a perpetual setup, then automated systems are probably something you want to look into. Now, if I'm being real, guys, the choice between hand watering and automated irrigation systems often depends on your own personal setup. So have a look at your setup, determine whether you need it, whether it's something that you can see some benefits in. And plus, if you just want to have some time back to yourself, not be a slave to the grow room, then definitely look into some automated irrigation systems. Now, I've tried lots of different irrigation systems. I've tried blue mats, Mars hydro drip systems. I'm hoping to try the real buckets from our brother Scotty real soon too. But if you guys have tried any, drop it in the comments down below and let me know what you guys have tried and what you guys do. Do you guys prefer hand watering, or have you guys tried automated watering instead? I'm always interested to find out what you guys got to say. And don't forget, if you guys want some fire, join up with the iCanFAM on Patreon, man. That VIP Bean Club, it is popping. I promise you. Join up and you won't regret it. And if you want to find out some more about growing all that fire, then definitely check out any video on screen right now, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace, fam.